Thank you. And next up, we're going to hear about a new iPad app from LinkTV that personalizes the experience of world news.
So for over a decade, Link has been bringing powerful social change media to over 33 million Americans via satellite in the US. And our mission has been to engage, inform, and to inspire viewers to become more involved with their world. So like many of you, LinkTV has been moving our content online. 4,000 videos stream on our website at linktv.org. And our viewchange.org platform features over 500 documentaries and shorts about the developing world. And our TV news site, LinkTV News site, delivers global news every single day. Link is one of only 3 truly independent and non-profit TV stations in the US, which is why some people like right-wing shock jock Glenn Beck think we're part of the global conspiracy to bring down the US.
Now, I just showed you how he collapsed regimes internationally, and now he's aiming at America.
Huh? That's why he supported Obama, a totalitarian communist, elected so that he could then collapse us. But how?
Step 1, you form a shadow government. He's done that. Infiltrate the target country using humanitarian aid. Step 2, you control the airwaves. This is his media empire.
That's the LinkTV logo right there, if you couldn't see it behind his head. So now that we've brought down the US through our TV outlet, we thought we'd now go for global domination with our new iPad app. So why an iPad app? Well, many of you already know this in the room, but there's lots of evidence to show that more and more people are using apps. For example, a report by Gartner shows that there'll be over 665 million tablet users by 2016, of which 45% presumably will be iPad devices. And in the US, another report shows that right now, 11% of adults currently own a tablet device of some description. 77% of those use their tablet daily for around 90 minutes. So what are people watching on their apps? Well, over half of all tablet users right now are news consumers. So the bottom line is that tablets are transforming the way we're consuming video, period. So this fall, in partnership with the visionary Bertha Foundation, Link is launching a new iPad video app called the LinkTV News App. And in this, we're combining powerful new semantic search technology with a curated selection of global news and documentaries. And we believe this is the future of news consumption. So not only that, there's a huge gap in coverage. Oops, I'm sorry. There we go. In the US, news outlets are focusing less and less attention on world news. And media consolidation means most news is filtered through a corporate lens. So our surveys reveal there's a real audience clamoring for more in-depth, global and multidimensional perspectives of world news. So on the app, about 70% of the content that we'll be pulling in will be coming from YouTube. And we'll be bringing in stories from international broadcasters like Al Jazeera English or Univision, etc., as well as vetted user-generated content. Another 20% is produced by us, including news from the Middle East via our news show, Mosaic, and translated in social media and video blogger reports, for example, from our daily news show called Link Asia. And because Link Asia has video blogger correspondence, we're bringing in stories not covered by the mainstream media. The remaining 10% of content on the app will be coming from documentaries and shorts, and I'll talk about that later. So here you'll see the news is categorized by tags. For example, if we look at this story, you'll see it's tagged local. And this is where you'll find reports from local and state-run broadcasters. This is from Pravda TV, for example. If you look at the same story down here, you'll see it's tagged raw, which means that it's sourcing user-generated video. And here you can see protesters clashing with police on the ground at the same parade. Once you click on a video, it takes you to the video page, and this is where our technology really comes into play, because our system analyzes the headline and description and automatically extrapolates relevant information. Also, the technology automatically assigns topics to the video. And so what's so great about this feature is that instead of having to go to Wikipedia or another website, you don't have to interrupt the user's experience because the associated information comes up automatically within the site. And you can also follow topics and sources and save them to your preferences. And you can also pull up related articles. In this case, it's going off to an article for The Guardian, for example, without ever leaving the site. There's also a Rate This Video section, and here we've got words like brutal, surprising, etc. So the idea here is that if a story has people tapping, for example, on eye-opening, then it could show up again on the homepage or elsewhere in the site. And here is another tab here, the Actions tab. There we go. And that allows you to get involved with an issue. For example, you can click off there to Amnesty, and you can theoretically even make a donation without ever having to leave the site. And this is our timeline feature. Here you'll find tweet updates, articles, and other breaking stories on a kind of a live roll. And this is the map feature. And here you can also access stories by location. But the app isn't just about news. We all know it's tough to get people to watch documentaries online, but the idea is that if someone's caught up in the breaking news of the day, they might want to take a deeper dive and go off to watch a documentary on the site. So we'll connect them to documentaries and shorts and powerful stories that will give nuance and context and perspective to the news videos on the site. Every documentary has its own video page with the same associated related articles, actions, and videos. And over time, we'll be adding different kinds of genres and lengths of documentaries and shorts, talks, and even cut downs from longer pieces. In terms of rights and fees, we'll be paying flat acquisitions fees in some cases, but also we're going to be bringing in a paywall, probably a subscription model with back-end royalties for rights holders. And we'll be asking for non-exclusive rights global for that content. How did we build the app? Well, we actually already spent 3 years building the technology with our viewchange.org platform that I mentioned earlier and the news site, which used the semantic algorithm I was telling you about. But for this project, it's a 1-year timeline. We've hired 2 full-time in-house developers, and we also hired a digital design firm Method to develop the user experience in visual design. Of the $1 million budget, about 40% goes to development and tech, 30% goes to acquisitions and editorial, which includes someone to curate and upload the news, and the rest goes to PR and marketing and outreach. How do we measure success? Well, naturally, we hope people will use the app, but we'll keep testing user experience even after launch, and we'll make the necessary changes. We'll also be expanding to Android and beyond, and we'll be bringing in more doc content over time. For us, one goal is to create greater brand awareness, increase touches to the content across platforms, and raise awareness of underreported stories. That would be very important for us. In terms of engagement, we take regular online surveys of users and measure engagement. And we'll not only be measuring usage of the app, but how does it get people to act? Did they click on a related article or action? Did they share it with a friend or their social network? On some level, everyone in this room is a storyteller, but in this era, we need to be more. And we need to be delivering those powerful, amazing stories, the unheard voices, and the underreported news on the platforms of the future, using new tools for greater impact. And that's where Link Media is headed. I have the prototype for the app with me if anybody's interested in actually playing around with it later on today. Thank you.